Darealp, baby.
Okay, so peep this, peep this, peep this. With this one right here, we got things to talk about. We got some stuff to talk about. We starting off DNA went first. DNA versus Real Sick. DNA went first. He came out the gate, good energy. He had a code in every room like my grandparents' bar. He had the child labor law. Something about changing the child labor laws. A bar about him rapping since he was 16. He had behind the smack Chico bar. He was performing. He was working the room. He was really working the room. He actually honestly he was wild. It was sick flip after sick flip after sick flip after sick flip. He had the scratch DVD era. He had a sticker stay on the new era like a New York ninja. Wilding out with the cannon, rocking the turban. Human centipede scheme, a 3-6 mafia. He was super bar heavy. He was crazy in the first. I really rocked with DNA first. We got Sick in the first. He said the gun, he keep his gun in a dresser under the turbans. It's a secret. He gotta keep it under wraps. He had the autocorrect turn DNA to Dan. I got DNA backwards, and that was kind of fire. He had the talking dwarfism, keep it short DNA. That was fire. It's something with Real Six flow that I'm not really the biggest fan of. It's just something with his flow, that little mixtapey, rapidy, melodic flow I don't really like. But he said something about being in a hospital next to the plug, felony done, record expunged, bar like all in all, it was a good first round. I definitely gave it to DNA. I feel like DNA went crazy in his first. You know what I mean? I felt like he knew he had to bring that energy. I feel like he knew what we looking for. Round two on DNA, he called Sick a fake disaster. He had a Bart in detention saying the same thing over and over. I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6 ninjas. He had a Paul Blart bar that missed. He had to get well soon. Whole class writing for Sick bar. That was kind of fire. He had a whole scheme with his class versus Sick class. He had a Janet and Poetic Justice bar. Six, another name, X Pac something. He had a bar where he walked on Av and then got slipped a Mickey. A play on the fact that he battled Av, he battled Mickey. Mickey facts. It was Sick flip after Sick flip throughout both first and second rounds. He even hit Sick with an Apu from Simpsons bar that kind of hit. We got Sick in the second round. He's rapping. He made fun of DNA in a bar where he was rapping about a deuce deuce, and he made it seem like it was heavy. He did a lot of play on a no gun bar DNA. You know what I mean? He had a little scheme, a lot of play on that. He had like a safe and sound bar that was cringe worthy. I really didn't like it. Um, he had a fire bar against DNA where he said something about how talk about you using no gun bars and used it to weaponize it. Like that was a big that was a big bar for me. I'm not the biggest fan of his angle about the era. You know what I mean? It's always new era versus smack era or whatever. I'm not the biggest fan of those type of bars from him, but it is what it is. And he towards the end he had a nice little bar like you got a cap to fill the gap. You got a cap to fill the gap you missing. It's like a double entendre of the gap in DNA's teeth versus the gap in the substance that he's missing in his battles. All in all, second round was a good round for Sick. Good round for DNA. I gave it to DNA. I'm not mad if you argue for Sick in the second round. And the third round is the round we got to talk about. So DNA comes out freestyling. He even interacting with the crowd while he freestyle. Y'all want me to give him some more? Give him some more. You feel me? Then he get into his third. And when I'm telling you, I'm talking about he hitting you with some real talk bars. All the while he's losing his voice, he ain't even take the water. So he hit you with the real talk bars. You know what I mean? He hit you with the when you get sick. Something he learned about getting sick is you gotta get comfortable. That was a bar he used. And it got real interesting towards the middle of his round because he got the exposing real sick. And this is a question. This is a question because my man's got the saying, I mean, the accusations is wild. It's like he had more to say, but all that he said was enough. He was saying that, and this is all in battle rap form. You know what I mean? This is all in the art of rapping. You know, he was saying how Pat Stay told him that real sick, gave Pat K Shine's third round, and then in another battle with a 2-on-2 with K Shine and DNA, supposedly Real Sick gave people K Shine's and DNA's third round again. So, with that being said, that's at this point, DNA was wigging. DNA was wilding. He hit us with that part. He hit us with the hypocrisy of his religion and the things that he do within his religion that he shouldn't do. I'm talking about he was talking, and you can feel the crowd literally thinking about it, what he was saying. And third round, it's on Sikh, and Sikh's let me fight back because Sikh already know what it is. He know what it is. He a smart brother. So he say, let me fight back. You know what I mean? He hit us with a couple bars, but to be honest with you, at that point, I ain't really wanted. It wasn't nothing sick that I really wanted to hear from Sick at that point. My mind and thought process was on the stuff that DNA said in his third that was real heavy. This is a battle that you have to see. This is a much watch. Shout outs to everybody. We gonna keep it going. Smack Volume 9 on streaming live and for free on Caffeine. Shout outs to URL. Shout outs to Caffeine. Shout outs to Smack. Shout outs to the squad, to the gang. The Real P, we signing out.
The real P, baby.